You've heard the importance of a good diet, but how you prepare your meals is just as important. The eating plan that supports your immune system at every meal.
Bryce, we know that inflammation is the enemy, and ultimately we put in our mouth is key to keeping ourselves from becoming inflamed. But aside from a healthy diet, I'm learning that preparation is also key.
Absolutely. You know, in this the age-old adage, we are what we eat, and that is absolutely true. So keep eating healthy. But whether you're eating healthy or unhealthy, and hopefully the latter is not the choice, even healthy food has to be prepared in a healthy manner. So a lot of folks are actually overcooking their food. At too high of a temperature, you start to denature proteins and the carbohydrates. These are the macronutrients in our food. When they're denatured, your body doesn't know what to do with them. And that can actually ensue further inflammation. And you know what else? Use oils in your food that have high cooking or smoke points, we call them. So I love to use olive oil, but don't burn it. And I also love to use red palm fruit oil because it's got a really high cooking point. It's also got antioxidants in there to protect the food. So here it is. It boils down to lightly steaming, boiling or broiling your food versus cooking them in a frying pan at really high heat.
We should talk about trans fat here because some oils are actually filled with them.
Absolutely. So saturated fat, there's a little bit of new information around that. That's different. Saturated fat is the fat or oil that at room temperature solidifies. And actually studies reveal that that's quite neutral in the causing of heart disease. But trans fats, stay away from those. They are horribly damaging to your body. They're synthetic. You don't even know what to do with them. Your system just sort of revolts against them, and they cause inflammation.
So we know that deep frying is bad. Many people choosing grilling as an alternative, but even it isn't perfect.
Well, there is, and you know, it's when it's summertime, you know, we love to get out there and barbecue. Who doesn't love a great barbecue? But the caveat is that when you over barbecue, or you get the blackened strip that we all love the taste of, your meat ultimately are forming what are called PAHs, or polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. That's a mouthful, but you don't want too many of those in your food because what scientists have revealed is they actually contribute toward colon cancer, among other things. Okay, so limit that, and here's how. Tip. Lots of rosemary, especially when you're cooking lamb. I mean, who doesn't love lamb with rosemary? But the rosemary actually protects the meat from the high temperatures as an antioxidant and will actually prevent against the damage of those PAHs.
And I know you're a big fan of spices, but you do have a few favorites.
Absolutely. So you know what the epidemiologists have done? This is a really study of populations. So looking at East and West, for example, and what we do here in the West, there's a lot of bad eating compared to how they eat in the East. Asia, India, for example, they use a lot of spices. So curry, turmeric, curcumin, ginger. All of these studies have shown, epidemiologists have pointed out, to actually reduce incidence of inflammation, but also cancer, solid tumor formation. So their populations have far less incidence of these things than we do here in the West.
And the takeaway at the end of the day is?
Well, I think the takeaway is be mindful of what you're doing in the preparation of food. I mean, eat healthier, but also the right oils, as we've mentioned, and lots of spices. Spice up your life. This way, you'll keep inflammation down.
For more information about your optimal health and getting tested, log on to myhealthreport.ca.